You know what? Hey, you know what? It's showtime. I don't know if you ever saw me when I first came on Jim's show. This is what I remember.
Got here. Who's the other? Who is this? Be the gay sticker butter guy. I'm not sure.
I'm that guy, Jim. I'm that guy.
My YouTube channel is Johnny Yarbrough.
Johnny Yarbrough. So there you go.
I'm Johnny Yarbrough. I used to go around the world. I used to be a carnival person. I'm going to be there for you guys or being there for me today. I'm always going to notice that. I'm always going to be happy with that.
I introduce now the champion, Gay Slaw. The crowd seems to overwhelmingly be in the favor of Gay Slaw. Go, eat that foot. Swallow it.
I'm done. I'm done.
Wow. Has won it. Sloth has taken the title.
Hey, you know what? It's showtime. Ladies and gentlemen, how you guys doing? Thank you for coming over to the pre-show of for Mr. X, going into Mr. X at 6:05. That will be 8 Eastern time, and then after Mr. X comes on, Jim Terry comes on at 7:05, and that will be 10 Eastern time. So I just want to tell everybody how you guys doing tonight, and I'm glad that you guys are here tonight. And I got a special guest coming on tonight. He is one of my good friends. He's one, you guys all might know him in the chat. And let me introduce him to you now. His name is King Solomon. Hey, how you doing, sir?
What up, brother, man?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I just got over here to Boise, Idaho.
Boise, Idaho.
Yeah, I got to go to a funeral in about 9 days.
Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Oh, you know, it is what it is, man. Everybody got to die sometime, right?
Yes,
he's
sir.
old, though. My uncle's old. Like I said, I think he's in his 80s, maybe even his 70s, something like that.
Yeah, can you tell me a little bit about him?
He was actually a cattle farmer.
Okay.
He and my grandpa actually raised cattle. You know, one of my dad's actually he's raised by a white family. You know, was adopted.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Hold on real quick. I gotta find my lighter. Give me 1 second, Johnny. I gotta grab my lighter.
Okay, go ahead. Take your time. Yep, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just thank you for you guys coming over here to the tonight. And like I said, it's only going to be about an hour show, and I always will like somebody to come up on my panel with me and talk to me, because when you're just by yourself, sometimes you get, the little stuttering thing going, or you lose your topics or whatever, because you're trying to pay attention to the chat, or you're trying to pay attention to whatever else you're trying to pay attention to. And that's where I mean, and I got simple rules. I want everybody just to get along and in the chat room. And it seems like everybody does. And just keep, if you got a nasty comment, keep your nasty comments to yourself. If you got positive comments, we're more than welcome to have positive comments over here. And thank you for coming to the show tonight. And I appreciate it. Are you back, King?
Yeah, I'm back, brother. I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to grab my lighter. I had to light this up. Anyway, yeah, my uncle and my grandpa, they were cattle farmers. So, they're all white. That side of my family is white. Like my grandfather, all my uncles and aunts, they're all white people. Like blonde hair, blue eyes, white.
Okay.
But they adopted my dad when he was a kid. You know, my dad was born in the islands in Samoa, so he came to America as a Samoan citizen as a young kid, got adopted by the white family. So I'm actually a dual citizen. So I got a U.S. citizenship and a Samoan citizen. So do all my kids as well. Um, but yeah, they more or less they raised on a cattle farm. And it's been in my family since 1920, I don't know, 26, 27, 19, somewhere in the 1920s. It's,
Right.
it's, it's still the same farm that I live at today. It was abandoned about 9 years ago. Nobody in my family wanted it. They're all city people.
Right.
They don't care about any of this acreage. They don't care about the property. They don't care about any of that stuff. They like the city. So I came back. You know, I traveled the United States. I got a divorce about 2.5 years ago, and I traveled the United States for the last 2 years. I sold my business that I ran a construction business out of Las Vegas. I sold that, bought a 40-foot Jayco RV travel trailer, and me and the dogs traveled the last 2 years all across the country, man, from Florida all the way went Route 66, and then back, you know, all over. But yeah, you know, it was
Mhm.
fun. It gets a little boring, but you know, it's all right. It works.
Yeah, and that seems pretty cool, man. You used to own your own business and stuff like that. And before I used to do a handyman service myself before, and you know what it was a lot of fun doing it, but I didn't want to do it no more because after the COVID-19 started, and had a couple customers telling me, you go ahead and come back after COVID-19 is over. And I'm still waiting on the phone call for them and to call me back to come finish the job. You know what I mean? So that's where I
Hmm.
stand with that right now. And then I started wanting to do a YouTube channel and doing short videos of my cat. You know, I was doing different other shorts before that. I was trying to be funny on shorts. That wasn't working. And then I started doing trucks, showing like those trucks when you're a kid, you put super glue on them and you can build them up. It's called
Yeah,
I forgot what it's called. I think it's called a car kit where you could it's like you could put them together.
yeah. Where you do it all yourself, right?
Right. And
Yeah,
so
my uncle was into that. He was into the airplanes though, not the cars, like the big airplanes. You know, they're like 3, 4 feet long.
yeah,
Not the same uncle I'm talking about. It's his brother. So my dad's other brother. He's got three brothers. So
right.
he's actually passed away as well. He died of a heart attack in the house that I live in now, my family's house, that everybody abandoned. But
Wow.
yeah, he died right there on the kitchen floor, man. That house is super haunted. I told people in this chat room before, like when I'm there alone, man, the dogs are like barking at the walls and they'll run around in circles barking at shit that's not there. It's kind of trippy, man. It gets kind of creepy at night because you know they hand built that house. My family hand built that house in the 20s. They lived in their chicken coop for 5 years as they built the house. Uh,
Wow.
yeah, so it's got a lot of generations of history. It's got a lot of people that passed away in it. You know, all family members. But it still don't make it any less creepier when you got to hear people walking around upstairs and you're only one home.
Have you ever seen that movie with Denzel Washington? The reason why I brought that to bringing this up, King, is have you ever seen that movie with Daniel Washington and Mark Wahlberg? Mark Wahlberg was out in the field and he was shooting chicken heads. He was shooting chicken heads.
I don't think I've seen what's the movie called. I don't know
I
if I've
forgot.
ever seen it.
That's why I'm saying I forgot what the movie was called. And
Mhm.
and, and anyway, I saw it on a short video, and he's like, he said something about like I forgot what he said though, but it's funny because you brought up chicken coops, you know what I mean? And
Oh yeah.
he was shooting chicken heads off, and after he was shooting the chicken heads off, he was eating a piece of chicken too. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a bunch of chickens at the house over there.
So
I got I
may I
got
ask
12 chickens.
where you drove from to go to Boise?
Right outside of Medford, Oregon.
Oh, okay, Oregon.
So my family has 5 rental properties that I take care of.
Uh huh.
Uh, after I left construction, and I can go way back. I had multiple business my whole life, since, like I said, I'm a trust fund kid. My family has a living trust. I've always had it. And it's not like something I can just go take 300 grand out of the account. That's not how it works. If I dip into it for personal stuff, then I get kicked out the will. So I wouldn't be able to ever touch it again. So the way it's written is, everything that's under that living trust will be covered and taken care of by the trust. So everything's paid for through that. So I don't have to come out of pocket for anything, including all the animal feed, all that stuff. I got a $800 a month electricity bill at the farm over there, so it's not cheap. But
wow.
It's something that that I like to pass down to my children. When they get older, whether they want to live in the middle of nowhere where the hillbillies are or not, it's up to them. But at least they'll have the option to have something they can call their own, when they're older.
Yeah, some of them hillbillies like, what are you talking about, partner? There ain't nothing wrong with hillbillies.
No, I get along. My next door neighbor for the longest time, it was part of the Ku Klux Klan. And I actually, one night, the tweakers were out wandering around the streets, and they break into your shit at night, in the middle of the night. I was out there smoking outside, and I saw the tweakers breaking into his wife's car, and it's a ways down there, it's not right next door. So I jumped in my truck and flew over there, because I knew they wouldn't be up in the middle of the night, because he's a logger. He works up in the middle of the mountains, and the wife's a school teacher. So I knew it wasn't any of them. So I drove over there, and they hate my guts, being brown, and they don't like me. But I ran over there in my truck and stopped them from breaking into that lady's car. And I told their son the next day that somebody was breaking into their mom's shit. And they said, yeah, that they had grabbed some of her school books and belongings from the school out of her vehicle before I got there. So they did steal a few things. But the very next day, the dad and the wife, and this dad, he's high up in the Ku Klux Klan. He's not one of those low guys. He's pretty up there, because they still have Klan meetings over there every week. So he actually came over and shook my hand and said I wasn't a bad dude. So I got to deal with all those. The hillbillies are all right. They're not too bad. It's a little crazy. Like on New Year's, they weren't shooting fireworks around me. They were shooting pistols. There was no fireworks.
I like those hillbillies that has that straw thing in their mouth. That straw that comes out of their mouth, like it's a piece of weed, and they put it in their mouth, and they go, I'll be your huckleberry, I'll be your friend.
Yeah, so but before all that stuff, I like I was telling you earlier on the phone, I traveled all over the place. Right before I had gotten divorced from my ex-wife, we owned a pretty successful pot business, and we traveled all over the West Coast, from Washington through California, Nevada, Oregon, all the legal states, Colorado, and we put on shows, we promoted shows, we did all that. We had our own business doing all that, and when I left her and divorced her, I gave her it all. I left her with everything. She got it.
That's a
she
nice
also
guy.
got my other truck too. That's the only thing I wanted in the whole divorce. I had a big jacked up Ford F-350 like the one I have now, and she got it in our divorce as well. I didn't get a damn thing.
Well, I'm glad that you you're a nice guy, and you gave all that to her, to your wife, to your ex-wife. And I'm glad that you're a good dude, man. You're to me, me listening to you, even off the air, on the air, you got a big heart, man. And I appreciate you joining me on my panel tonight. And King, let me tell you something a little bit myself, okay? When I know you like hearing my stories.
I do.
When I was a little kid, I really didn't have a childhood at all. And I was when I was growing up, I lived with my grandparents, okay? And I was going to school, and I grow up, and I told my grandpa, I said, Grandpa, I want to play football. And he says, He's like, what you tell me what you know about football. And I told him I don't know nothing. That's why I want to learn how to play. And he says, well, he's like, well, I don't feel like you should do it yet. You're too young. And I said, well, why is all these other kids can do it, but I can't do it? He says, because their parents probably wants to see their child get their head knocked off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I said, that's crazy. I said, that's crazy. And I told my grandpa, that's crazy. So I asked my grandma, then I went and asked my grandma. I went behind my grandpa's back, and I asked my grandma, I said, Grandma, can I play football? And she said, let me talk to Papa. And so all over it, whatever I was trying to say is they allowed me to start playing football at the age of 10. So I was behind a league, because you got the Pee Wee League, then you got the Vince League after that. I forgot what the Pee Wee football team after the Pee Wee is called. I forgot what it's called. So I started in the
Pop Warner.
I was starting Pop Warner. I started in Pop Warner. So I played all the way through Pop Warner, and then when I got to high school, I played my freshman year, my sophomore, and my junior year, and I didn't play my senior year because everybody that was on my team on the sophomore and juniors, most of them like moved on somewhere and went somewhere else. So that's a little bit of my childhood there, playing football. And we used to go out camping. Grandpa used to take us every year out camping, like over there, like in Arkansas. And there was a place out in Arkansas where it's really beautiful. It's nothing but Indian land. And we went over there, and we came back, and then we went. He taught me how to fish, and so I loved fishing with him, and that's what I'm saying. My grandpa passed away about a couple of years ago, and I miss him. I still miss him today, him and my grandma. And what's so funny about it is because my grandma would not go up to heaven until I came and saw her the last time. And she didn't know who I was or nothing because she had Alzheimer's disease.
Yeah, Alzheimer's. Yeah, my grandma passed away from the same thing. I couldn't see her in the hospital like that because she, I wanted to remember my grandma from before, when she was, because a lot of times those old people that get Alzheimer's, they don't remember you. They're not very nice. Like my grandma was mean, man. She hated me. She hated everybody around her when she has Alzheimer's. Before she, my grandma, and this is on my mom's side, they're all Mormon,
Right.
because a lot of people, I don't know if people know this or not, but in Samoa, most people there's a lot of Mormons there. It's Roman Catholic and Mormons. That's pretty much all you have there. In fact, Tonga, right there next to Samoa, has the highest Mormon population in the entire world. They're pretty much, their whole island pretty much is Mormons. So my background on that side is all Mormon people. So in fact, my mom's still Mormon to this day. She's still a Mormon lady,
Right.
but she's well traveled. She's highly educated. My mom, people don't know this, but my mom's actually Native. She's not Samoan.
Oh, really?
My dad's Samoan. My mom's Native. So what they call in Samoa is Afkasis, half breed, half, half and half.
I think we all are. I think we all are like that, though.
Oh yeah,
All of us are like
there's
that.
not much pure blood left in the world nowadays.
No, not really. I want to say hello to some of the people in the chat room. Okay, real quick.
Go ahead, brother.
Just Robbie, nice to have you to the chat room. Joseph Lloyd, thank you. Stage Tech 2, thank you. Chanel, thank you. Who else? Melissa Moynes, thank you. Blue Diamond, thank you. Carrie, thank you. And everybody else here in the chat room, thank you for coming. And we're just talking, passing time. So if you liked what you're hearing, you know what to do. Hit that Cash App, $YARB 76. Thank you. It will help the channel out. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you got to help Johnny out over here. Give him some Cash Apps. Hook him up, huh, Johnny?
Yeah, that'll be great.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but what I was going to tell you is when I actually went to John Glenn there in Norwalk, and I got sent away as a young teenager, um, gang banging. Actually, I got a lot of family in that gang stuff still to this day. A lot of Park Village in Compton,
Yeah.
Carson Pyrus, they're all over, man. This, how California is, especially LA. There's a lot of Samoans there, and
Oh
a lot
yeah.
of them, a lot of them will gang bang on Saturday, go to church on Sunday. So I was no different. I was no different, man. I was the same way. I was forced to go to church on Sundays. Live. My parents actually sent me to live with my grandparents when I was a teenager, to live the Samoan lifestyle because my parents didn't live that. They just lived, a normal American life. So
Right.
when I was a teenager, they sent me over to live with my grandparents in Utah. So, here's me, a young gangbanger, tattoos all over, getting sent to Salt Lake City, Utah. And yeah, it was a little different, I'll tell you that. But yeah, I got that's how I got, in fact, how I got hooked on that Dylan Rounds case,
Mm,
because I spent a lot of time in that area, Utah and Nevada side. My kids are actually in Nevada, so
okay.
with their mother. So I had a lot of time, and you saw on my area code on my phone number, it's a Nevada phone number because that's where I spend a lot of time as well. So I don't know. Probably shouldn't give all these people this info. They're gonna come stalk my ass, come
Yeah.
find me. That's all right. They come find me. I ain't hiding.
Right. They can. You know what, brother? They can come and find me too. I wouldn't have a channel. I wouldn't have a channel if I was wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, yeah, and that's actually what I was gonna get into is my whole teenage years was being wanted. My brother's been in prison for years. My sister just got out of prison. Me myself, I'm not a felon. I have firearms. I didn't break the law. I learned once I hit 18. I got smart. I realized they don't play around, man. Like I was facing. I'm not gonna say what I was facing, but I was facing a bad charge, life charge, I should say, because I was young, dumb, typical Islander, man. Want to beat everybody up. You look at me wrong, you look at me crazy. I don't give a damn if you're white, black, Mexican, Asian. I didn't care. Even other Islanders, Tongans, we don't get along. A lot of the Samoans and the Tongans, they don't get along with each other, and that was different in Utah. When I went to Utah, uh, I actually started working with the Tongan construction crew. Hold on real quick. Somebody's here real quick. All right.
All right. Go ahead.
I don't know how to pause all this shit, but
All
somebody's
you gotta
knocking
do.
on
All
the
you gotta do is just hit your mute button if you want to not let nobody else hear the conversation between you and your friend.
door.
You
Yeah,
can
I
just hit
don't
the
even
mute, or
know.
you can just hit the mute button.
I don't know how to do all that shit, bro.
Here, let me see if I can do it. Let me see if I can do it.
All right.
Let me see if I can do it. Yeah. Let me see if I
Yeah,
can
I
do
don't
it.
know how to do any of that shit on here. I never even been on
Me
here.
either, man.
Oh, here it is. Me.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, and Robbie, real quick, what do you mean delete VOD? What does that mean, Robbie? VOD, and please tell me. Um, huh?
Video on demand.
Oh, delete video on demand. Oh,
I think. I don't know.
I don't know. Can you please explain that to me, Robbie, if you don't mind? Um, so anyway, back to what we were talking about in the beginning. Mr. X is going to be showing y'all his brand new, his brand new, his brand new intro, and he's going to be showing you guys his. He's going to be talking about some things that what he's going to do was that what he's going to bring into the year to the new year, and delete the video on demand, the streams video that's left. Delete the video on demand, the streams video that's left. That's what it's called when your stream is video left behind. Oh, okay. I'll check into that, Robbie. Okay. I don't want to delete no more videos of my videos no more because that hurts my watch hour times, you know. And so we got 62 in the chat room, and let it just keep on come on up. And my thing is, everybody. I'm glad that everybody's here. You know, and are you coming back on, King? No, and hide the chat.
Yeah,
And
give me
hide
just 1
chat.
sec.
Oh, are you back? Oh. Oh, you got to unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Give me just 1 sec. All right.
Okay, cool. So, how's everybody doing? Dicer, is your weather still bad over there in y'all's neck of the woods? Let's see what Rob's saying. Johnny talked to Mr. X and Jim after. Okay, cool. Thank you, Gina X. Appreciate it. It's just trying to
right,
help
Johnny,
another
sorry,
member from bringing up any
Sorry,
negative.
yeah.
Oh, bearing. Oh, okay, Robbie, I get what you're saying. Just trying to help another member from bearing any negative. Okay. Thank you, Jen French. Thank you for coming out. And who's Johnny speaking to? I'm speaking to King OG. That's who we're talking to. Everybody,
Yeah, I'm here too.
You want to say hello to everybody, King, in the chat room?
Hello, what up?
What
Sorry,
up?
one of my family members knocked on the door. They wanted me to take a dab, and I can't breathe now. So I apologize.
It's okay.
Got me a little ripped. Hurt my lungs. And yes, I do enjoy the devil's lettuce.
Hey, y'all give me a second, okay? Y'all give me a second. Give me a second. I have to go do something real quick. Huh? The devil's lettuce. The devil's lettuce.
Looks
okay,
like
I'm back.
Johnny, it looks like I'm going to take over your stream then.
Hey, go ahead.
No, I'm just kidding, bro.
I had to go get me a Coke, man, because my mouth was dry.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't drink soda. It makes me too fat, man. I drink too much soda. It makes me fat.
Yeah, I think that's my problem.
Somebody's knocking on my door again. Give me a second, okay?
Okay, go ahead. Melissa Moynes, so he was talking about deleting. Oh, message rejected. Message rejected. Who's in there deleting messages in the chat room? If y'all doing that, can you please stop?
All right, Johnny, I'm back. Sorry. It was my dog.
Okay. How is your dog doing?
I got the small micro bully right here. He's all right. He's a daddy's boy. He don't like to go anywhere unless I'm around. You know, everywhere I go, he goes. Because they've been with me. Like I said, they traveled with me forever. And it was just us three. So he doesn't like to leave or go anywhere unless I'm around. So
okay. Yeah, stop generating messages.
What's that?
No, Robbie was telling me to tell people to stop derating messages because Melissa Moynes was saying something and then her message got blocked.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
Man, these people on YouTube are crazy, man. You know, that guy yesterday was getting on me. He didn't like that I go around talking shit to everyone. I guess he said,
"Who was that?"
Eddie, the Eddie guy on there. Shout out to Eddie.
Oh, just Eddie?
Yeah, just Eddie. He's my new dad. I didn't know he's my biological father now. But he's act like I'm 13 years old. So
I didn't mean to cut you off about your dog. Go ahead and tell me about your dog again.
Oh, no.
I'm an animal lover.
Yeah, me too. Big time. I'll send you some pictures of my barn cat. I felt bad because I told everyone the cat lived out there in the barn. And everybody said, why? So I ended up bringing him into the back shed area where the where you wash your hands. I don't know what the hell they call that. The back porch. It's enclosed. So yeah, it's enclosed and heated. It's part of the house. So the cat's over there. Hopefully all those animals are doing good. I'm not there to keep an eye on them. I got a ton of animals. cattle. We don't have any horses anymore. I got rid of the horses. They're a pain in the ass. Too much. Got to take care of them too much. You got to keep an eye on them a lot more than other animals. So.
Yeah, I got my little. I got my cat right here in my arms right now. She's beautiful, man. You guys want to see her? You guys want to see the kitty? Here, let me show her to you. There she is. Miss Bug. There she is, everybody. There's Bug. Y'all are asking about her. She's doing okay. You know, she's really tired.
What is that cat called? What kind of color is that? Because mine's similar to that.
She's a calico cat.
Calico, yeah, all right. So
she's beautiful, man. She's really freaking beautiful.
See, and my cat's similar to those colors, but they're different. It's more.
Yeah, she's orange and black and white.
Yeah, and see, mine's more gray and those colors. It's like gray, not so much black. More gray and orange and white. It's kind of an odd color for a cat, honestly. Yeah. But one of the neighbors sold this property for over $3 million. I think he said 3.76 million he got for his acreage. So, and he lived right down the road from me, and he gave me a bunch of his animals because he sold all his land. So that's how I get most of my animals. I just bring them over here. The neighbors, if they're moving, don't want them, you know. Right. They know where to drop them off, so they know I'll take care of them because I'm a sucker for animals, man. You got to take care of all of them, except for skunks. I don't like skunks and those goddamn raccoons, man. I don't give a damn if they're cute or not. Those little bastards try and get into everything. They try and steal all the food. They knock shit over. They're little robbers, is what they are. They're little bandits in the night, man. I did have a mountain lion over here at one time, too.
You had a mountain lion?
Yeah. Pretty sure they said it was a mountain lion. I don't know if it really was. But
that was freaking
one
crazy.
Of the neighbors was saying that mountain lion was creeping around. Because a lot of these fuckers got cameras, trail cam. They're all in the woods. So they're all outdoors type people. Not only are they farmers, but they're outdoorsmen. So you get a lot of people with trail cams. Everybody's got cameras everywhere. They don't play around over in this area, man. They shoot first and ask questions after, and that's a like real. I'm not just saying that because it's my area, but they really do. Because you got to remember in Oregon here, a lot of the people out here, they're pot farmers. They grow a lot of weed, medical weed, black market weed, and they don't play around when it comes to their crop because there's lots of people that come around and steal it. They rip it out. Right before they harvest it. So they don't play around. There's guys, the neighbors here, man, a lot of them, they'll sleep out in tents in their fields and they don't play.
What do you think about those goddamn, excuse my language, using GD, but what do you think about those damn coyotes? Did you see that on the news? Did you see on the news on there that what that coyote did to that little girl?
No, I didn't see that, but I've seen a few videos of like the coyotes coming into the cities. I didn't see what to do a girl.
This happened on the beach, bro. This happened on the beach.
Really?
Yeah.
The fuck? No. When I was in Utah, because I still got family all over, in Utah included. But one of my aunties, she still lives in Utah now. And she's big into coyote hunting because I guess they used to pay you in Utah. They used to pay you to shoot coyotes. I don't know if they still do, but dude, she had a freaking big, massive shed stacked to the brim with coyotes, like the pelts. There was probably at least 300-400 pelts in that shed, no joke. But yeah, that's her and her husband. That's all they did for years and years and years. Go out shooting coyotes, and they used to get paid by the state. I don't know if they do it anymore, but they used to.
Right.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, man, this is awesome, dude. We're talking about different stories, Oh
yeah, man, nothing wrong with that, right?
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Sorry, I kind of ramble on and bullshit.
Hey, you go right ahead, brother, because
I'm not afraid of like the chat and all that. I guess I don't get what do you call it, stage fright? It don't bother me one bit.
Well, Nance just says King Samoan's voice tells us his junk dropped the day he was born.
Yeah.
Oh, Nance is cool.
Yeah, all these guys in the chat are cool, man. I just
every single one. Every single one. Go ahead.
Well, a lot of them, a lot of them fight and disagree. The ones that are out there calling old Ty Corbin and Lance and those guys, killers. I don't know what their business is, whether they sell pot, grow pot, do other drugs. I don't give a damn. I don't check the next man's pockets, man. I keep my hands in my own pockets, if you know what I mean. So what people do outside of YouTube, I don't know why they bring it on here and bring it real life. I don't understand that shit. Like it doesn't make sense to me that people would do that. I guess a lot of people are hiding skeletons in their closet. I guess all of us have them. Nobody's fucking perfect in this world. I don't give a damn how good you are, So everybody's got something. I don't care who you are. So it doesn't make sense. There's a lot of people, pocket watching, I guess you can call it.
Right. You had a King. You had a couple of people asking what part of Oregon you were from.
I've lived all over Oregon, but I spent a lot of time in Southern Oregon is my area. Yeah.
Okay. Southern Oregon is his area. Dan and Nicole. Yeah. Dan and Nicole was asking, and somebody else was asking.
Well, and people don't realize, I don't know if they've never been to Southern Oregon, anywhere from eastern Southern Oregon, like Klamath Falls, all the way over to the Emerald Triangle of Oregon. That whole area is extremely dependent on pot. Some of those small towns, I would say 95% of the economy relies on marijuana, and you can be against it for it. I don't really give a damn. It don't bother me either way. Like I said, my mom's Mormon. She goes to the temple. Does she judge me because I like to get stoned? No, she don't. She don't care. It don't bother her. But she going, not about her. I won't talk about her because this whole Mormon thing people get triggered on. But I don't care either way. So Southern Oregon, it relies so much on weed. It really does. And anybody who's lived there long term or spent a lot of time there will tell you the same thing, that most of those smaller towns, they wouldn't even be towns, and there wouldn't even be people there if it wasn't for pot. And I've met guys there that have been there since the 60s growing it up in the mountains, and they're still growing it now, and it's not ever going to stop.
That's right.
So, even with legalization, I've smoked pot all over this country, man, and all over, from the shittiest brick weed you can get from Mexico to the finest shit you can buy. And I'll tell every.
You okay? King. I don't know what happened.
Oh, did I cut off? Sorry.
Yeah, you cut off there for a minute, King.
Yeah. Where did I cut off at? I was just over here running my mouth. So what's the last thing you heard?
You were talking about that one part of Oregon you were from.
Oh, Southern Oregon.
Southern Oregon, yeah. And you were going to talk about somebody, but you said you wasn't going to talk about her because the Mormon.
Oh, my mom. Yeah, the people.
Mom.
There's a lot of Mormons that I don't know about in this chat, but in this whole area of YouTube that I found myself in somehow, because I'm not a true crime person. I don't care about true crime, but I did get hooked on Dylan Rounds. In fact, I got hooked on Dylan Rounds by the Diesel brothers. That's how I found them, the whole thing. Because as you see in my truck, I'm a big diesel guy, and you can vouch for my big ass diesel.
Hold on. As a matter of fact, if you don't mind, I'm gonna show your picture, okay?
Yeah, you can show my truck. That's fine, buddy.
Okay, give me 1 second, King.
No, you're good. But yeah, like I was saying, that's how I found Dylan Round's whole thing, is from the Diesel.
Now, the dog that's inside the red truck, is that your dog now with you now?
No, that's Princess. She's with me, but she's running around somewhere. She's an more outdoor dog. She's a pocket bully, so she's a little bigger than a micro bully.
Okay, here's the picture now.
Way more active.
There's the picture now, guys, of Princess in his big red truck. Oh, hold on, let me turn it back on. And there you go, guys. There she is, Miss Princess, and she's a good dog. She's a beautiful dog.
She's a rescue dog.
She's a rescue dog, everybody.
Yeah, she's an ex-fighting dog. She was a bait dog, if people know what a bait dog is. I rescued her from a bad breeder. I had a Colorado when I was traveling, and it took everything in me not to beat the shit out of that guy. I'll tell you that, everything in me. You know, if I was still in my 20s, I probably would have beat that dude into the concrete, legitly,
That's right.
for having all those dogs and fighting them. But she was a bait dog, so what they do is they go in and they remove all her teeth. They cut them in half, so all her teeth have been sawed in half on the
Right.
tops and the bottoms. So she doesn't have any teeth. Most of them are broken off from fighting, but more or less a bait dog is a training dog for the killing dogs.
Right.
So, you know, she was more or less just a piece of meat.
Oh my God. And here is his big red dually truck. There he goes. There's the truck, and it's a very nice truck. And
Not very nice
I'm
paying
glad
that diesel though.
I'm glad that you showed me this.
Yeah,
And
bro. I'm not hiding.
that's right. You
You know
know,
what I mean?
my thing is, I just want to share. I just want to say something real quick.
Mhm.
You brother, you are very, very awesome to me. I'm glad that you came up on here tonight on the channel, and you're more. I just want to say this if I don't get a chance to tell you now. Um, um, thank you for again coming on my show, and you at any time, brother, anytime you want to call me, text me, you're more than welcome to. If you want to come up on my panel again, you're more than welcome to. I'm not leaving the chat yet, guys. We have another 18 minutes, okay, before Mr. X comes on, and I'm just saying, you know, and and I'm glad that some people in the chat room loves my smile, and I bet you all, every one of you guys got a big smile too, and everybody needs to smile every once in a while in their yeah.
I agree. That's why I go on YouTube, man. It's entertainment. That's why I like Jim and Mr. X so much, honestly, because I sit here with my dogs looking at me all crazy because I'm over here laughing my ass off at these, not just the chat, but them too, as well as the chat, because you know the chat gets just as crazy as Jim does. So most of the time I'm over here laughing. A lot of people take it too serious. I'll tell you that. I don't take anything on YouTube serious because I always telling somebody, I don't know these people. I don't know you. I don't know anybody. You know, am I getting to know you? Absolutely. Outside of YouTube, yeah. Am I a gay dude? No, I'm not. I'll tell you, I'm straight. But you're a badass dude, man. And real recognize is real, man. I'll tell you that right now. And I can tell you're a real dude who lives the real life. You know what I mean? And when I was down in the dumps, because don't think I didn't have my time with drugs, bad drugs. You know, living on the street. I didn't have a fucking dollar in my pocket myself at one time. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you know, I got off the drugs. I got my shit together. You know, and you know, got my life together, man. It is what it is. Everybody got to step up, one step at a time. Is really what it is. You know, that was years ago, and I have, you know, other than the herb. I don't do any other, you know, no other illegal substances like that. You know, it's legal in Oregon, so it doesn't bother me. But all the illegal stuff, you know, I left that alone a long time ago. When I started having children is when I left those alone. You know, because I wasn't going to bring my kids into this world being a drug addict. Just wasn't, you know, it's just not the type of person I am. You know, I want to give them something that they can call their own when they get old enough. So.
Right. And then let me do a shout out real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay. Purple Pixie, thank you for the cash up, $10. I appreciate that. You're a kind person, and you're a sweet person, and I really love that. Thank you very much for the $10 cash app, Miss Purple Pixie. Thank you very much. So anyway, we have 15 more minutes before the show goes up. We probably got 10 minutes because you know we got to have time for everybody to come over, go back over there to Mr. X's channel, Jim Terry TV 2. It looks like he's going to have an excited show he's got an exciting something for you, everybody, and I can't wait.
He always does, man. That's their talent over there. You know, those guys can pull something out of nothing 24/7. You know, right on the spot too. And it's hard for people to be that quick-witted. People don't understand how good Jim and Mr. X are both at being quick-witted like that, and I've got a lot of brothers and sisters, so 7. So most of them are boys, so a lot of us are around the same age. So we had to grow up like that, where we all talk shit to each other. That's normal to me. A lot of people get triggered by it, but in my household, we all talk shit to it. We're just talking smack. That's what brothers do. At least in my household, they did, including my dad. And my dad, if we went and cried to my dad, he'd tell you, if you can't play with the big boys, don't play at all. That's what he would tell us. So
that's right.
Lived by that my whole life.
That's old school.
Yeah, it really is. Well, you got to think, my dad first came over from Samoa, straight from the islands, like I said, and him trying to barely speak any English. Like I said, he was young. He was, I don't know, I think little before teenager years. So he was young, hardly any English. He didn't know what the hell he was going on in America. He'd never been there before. It's totally different because Samoa is still a third world country. We still live in fucking grass huts, and you know what I mean? Most people still live in grass huts and get their water from a well down the road. So it's not some. That's why when you see Islanders, Samoans, Tongans, all of us, when you see one of us really excel in life, like the Dolphins quarterback, a lot of people talking shit on Tua. I've been a Dolphins fan for years, and once they got Tua as their quarterback, I was stoked, even though, he's kind of a pussy. He gets hit and gets concussions all the time, but, seeing another Islander, man, we prop each other up. That's just how we were raised. We respect our elders, and we respect our own kind, and we respect others until they give us a reason not to, That's
right. And one more shout out to Ruben Sanchez. Thank you for the $25 cash out, Ruben. That really appreciates the bottom of my heart. And hold on. We got a call coming in.
Yeah.
We got a call coming in.
All right.
Ruben, you're on live.
Johnny, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I was just giving you a shout out for the cash app.
Oh, okay, don't trip, man. It's all good. It's helping you out.
How you feeling?
Feeling all right.
Mr. King Simon OG's on the air with me tonight.
What's up, King Simon?
What up, man?
You say your family's from Samoa?
Yep, they are. My dad, I'm a first generation American.
I got some friends that are Samoa and some that are Hawaiian, and they tell me that there's a difference between like a greeting like a Samoan would say rather than a Hawaiian. And I'm not sure, maybe you can help me. Like either the Samoans, will go up and say like, "Hey, what's up, cuz?" Or the Hawaiians, will be like, "What's up, brother?"
Yeah, no, yeah. The Hawaiians will say "cuz" a lot. They're pidgin English. In fact, my dad used to speak pidgin. Being a kid, my dad spoke pidgin English like it was normal English. Really, really, really bad. Because my dad first had his first kid at 15 or 16, and then I was born by the time he was 17. He already had 2 kids, so he joined the police force. So he joined he became a cop, and then he became an undercover narcotics cop. Anyway, I won't ramble on about that, but yeah, so the Hawaiians, a lot of them will say "cuz" a lot. Most Samoans, they'll say "us" or "uso." What up, us? Like the wrestlers do. Yeah, the wrestler family does. Yep. So most Samoans will say that. The Tongans will say "toko." So yeah, it's all the same thing though. It's all brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the biggest difference between the Samoans and like the Hawaiians. Will say "cuz" a lot, or they'll speak pidgin. I'm not very good at the pidgin stuff, but the pidgin English is what they speak.
Right on. Well, hey, thanks for clearing that up. Gusto.
Yeah, no problem, Moose.
All right, brother.
All right.
All right.
I'll be watching, guys.
All right, cool. Thank you. Well, there you go. There you go. That was a good call that came in.
Yeah, it was.
And
Ruben's a real dude too. That's another one right there. You can tell it's a real dude.
you know,
You know
me
what I
and
mean?
Ruben, yeah, me and Ruben's been chopping it up almost like every day now. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Ruben shares things with me, and I share things with him.
Yeah, you
And
can tell he's a real dude.
yeah,
He's
and
been through some shit. I can tell you that. You can tell. You can
yeah.
always tell the people who have been through some bullshit.
Especially I've been through some bullshit. I'm not
I
gonna
know
lie.
you have. I think
I've
that's
been
why I
through.
was
I've been through
so
a whole.
right.
I've
That's
been
why I
through
was
a whole.
so magnetized towards you, because I could feel it. You can tell. I'm a big believer in energy,
So you got
and
an
I
open
can feel
mind.
your energy. You
So
know?
you got an open mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's cool. Because my one friend, he's been trying to have me to have a more open mind myself, and I've been doing it lately too, and I've been having myself an open mind. You know, if anybody wants to say anything about bad things, I'm talking about in the YouTube streets. You know, if everybody wants to say other things, well, we found out about this person, we found out about this person. Why do it? Why do that for? You know what I mean? Don't try to find smack stuff on people if you're
Right.
claiming they're your friend,
Right. No,
or are
absolutely.
you claiming they're their family? You know,
Right. No,
and
absolutely. I
you
agree with
know,
you on that one. Well, you know, Johnny, a lot of people don't know this either, but in Samoa,
find something good. Find something good about that person instead of trying to find something bad about that
right.
person.
Well, and you know, and like the whole gay thing, like I was gonna say, in Samoa, being gay there is normal. There's a lot of gay men there, believe it or not. There's a lot of gay Samoan dudes, and
Oh, really?
and I'll tell you the reason why. So if you live in Western Samoa, which is the third world country part of the Samoa, not owned by America, if you're considered a small islander or a small Samoan dude, you know, small in stature, size. If you're considered small, they'll actually put you in the house with the women. You'll become a houseboy. So not all the time, but most of the houseboys end up being gay because they're raised by the women in the household. So in Samoa, the men do all the shit outside. They do all the cooking. They do a lot of the cleaning and all that stuff outside the house. And the woman's more or less there to take care of the household. That's it. You know, as old as school as that sounds, that's just how it is there. And it's never going to change. You know, 100 years ago, my ancestors were eating people still. So, you know, they've came a long way, but still, that's how it is there. So, being gay over in the islands there it's a normal thing. It's everywhere. It's, you know, it's just it is what it is. So the whole gay stuff that don't bother me, man. Never has. You know, I don't care if people are gay or not.
You know, and a gay guy knows who's straight and who's gay or not. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And like for myself, I can talk for myself. I can talk for myself that I would never cross that line onto a straight man. I would never go for a straight man because I know that he will get mad or he'll get upset, and that's disrespecting him too. And I got a lot of respect for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I got a lot of
absolutely.
respect for everybody, and that's all I want to do.
No, I agree. So do I.
I got another shout out real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jeremy, thank you for sending $5 cash app. I really appreciate that, and I, out of the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, Jeremy. Thank you.
You know, Johnny, I was going to tell you before. You know, that was I talked a lot about my Samoan side, but like I said, my other side is Native American. So my native side, you know, I had the luxury, I guess you could call it, of living on a lot of different reservations as well. I spent time in Wind River, you know, some of the deadliest reservations in the United States, where you don't go there if you're not from there. You know what I mean? Because I'll tell you one thing about some of these reservations. They don't operate on the same rules, laws, and shit that outside the reservation does. You go on those reservations, they will bury you, and you'll never be found, and you'll never be heard from again. And I'm not saying that because they're to be bad. I'm just saying it because that's reality there, and they don't talk about it. And I'm not going to get too much into it, but some of these reservations, you know, the Lakota Pine Ridge Reservation is another one. where they don't play out there. Those reservations are scary, man. A lot of people are afraid of islanders. I'll tell you what, I'm more afraid of natives than I ever have of any islander, because those native dudes, man, they're something else. They really are.
Jim,
They are true warriors.
Yeah. Jim said he used to live in the Riz.
Jim used to live on the res.
Yeah, he's in the chat room right now. Yeah.
I didn't live on too many. I didn't live on too many reses outside of the West Coast. Most of my reservations was, Pine
I'm gonna
Ridge
send
and
Jim
over.
the link real quick. I'm gonna send Jim the link.
All right.
He wants to come on.
Well, the show's about to start, isn't it?
Yeah, but he told me to send him the link.
All right.
Go ahead. How you still there? Okay.
Yeah, Ruben. Wind River's in Wyoming, and that reservation is just as bad as Pine Ridge. Those Arapahoes don't play, man. They really don't. Them dudes are crazy. And I spent a lot of time with a lot of them. I spent some time with the Paiutes in Nevada. Good people. The Paiutes are some good people. Tell you that. I spent over 2.5 years living with the Paiutes on the reservation over there in Nevada. And there was some good people over there. A lot of those guys, they don't do much. They just sit at their house. A lot of them just sit around and eat. But there's some good dudes.
All right, Jim, I sent you the link, buddy. So I'm gonna try to. When Jim comes on, we're gonna ask. I'm gonna try to have him guess who's on with me. Okay.
He probably already knows now.
Yep, there he is, ladies and gentlemen, Jim Terry. Oh, it's Mr. X. Hello, how you doing, Jim?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
What's up?
Listen, I spent some time on the res. I knew a lot of people over there. In fact, I was actually one of the chairmen of a large Indian reservation for years. I was the first Caucasian that was given that honor. I actually ran a res in Prescott, Arizona for a while. And then after I banged a lot of Indian chicks, I moved on. What you people don't realize is the Native Americans are indigenous to this continent. They were here first before the white men like Johnny Sloth came from his part of the world and took it over and painted our blankets with smallpox.
Jim, don't even get me started on that. My sister-in-law is Navajo, and I tell her that she crossed the land bridge with her people. They're not indigenous to America. And I about set off every Navajo on the Navajo Nation after I said that one.
That's true. Well, listen, we all come from Africa. Is that Mr. X on the panel as well?
I'm over here now.
How are you, Mr. X?
Yes. Getting ready. Everything's set. I didn't think I'd get it in time, but we're all good to go. It's been advertised on Jim Terry TV 1 that this show is live right now. 2 is next. And then obviously Jim's main show at 7 Eastern? 8 Eastern. I'm sorry.
No. I'm always at 10:05 Eastern.
Oh, I might want to change that then.
Hey, Jim and Mr. X. Hey, Jim, Mr. X. Can you guess who is on the panel with me tonight?
He is a former professional wrestler. It goes by the name of Wahoo McDaniels or Chief J Strongbow, one of the two.
No. King Simon OG.
Is that King Simon OG or isn't it Samoan?
Yeah, it's Samoan. But don't you remember on your show the other night, you said I'm King Sam and banger of white chicks off Tinder.
That's right. Well, here's the deal. A lot of people don't know what Samoans are, especially if you're from the East Coast, until I went to play college football my freshman year. And you actually know a Samoan real well, Gay Sloth. Do you know who I'm referring to?
Who?
The quarterback from Long Beach City. You met him, Neo Ooga. He's Samoan. He would actually wear the little lei or skirt or whatever the fuck it was called in practice.
Oh, yeah, that quarterback.
Yeah, he is Samoan, and he was one of the first Samoan people I met, and basically they dubbed me an island boy when I was out there, and basically said if I came to their land, that I could probably run for high chief.
Jim Matai Jim. That's what would be called, Matai Jim.
That's right, Matai. They also wanted to make me a deity, which is sort of like a god, but that's another whole story.
You can find yourself some Samoan women. They look like linebackers for the Steelers over
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. No, I wasn't into that. That's more that's more Robbie's deal. But Mr. X, yeah, I go on at 10 o'clock Eastern. Always do 10
Got
Eastern.
have it set up. Yep, that's correct. Yep, I just had the times wrong because I'm doing it backwards because of the Pacific stuff. We should just do it all in Pacific time.
Nobody does anything Pacific time.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, thank you guys for coming over, and thank you for guys coming up on the panel. Chat room, be ready to go see Mr. X. He's going to be coming on soon, and then after followed by Jim Terry, he's going to be coming on, and they got a lot of exciting. And then after that, then you have the VIP members only going into the VIP members only. Did I say that right, guys?
Yes, it's 100% correct. And let me tell some other people out here something. Johnny Sloth and King Samoan and everybody else. Actually, my favorite professional wrestler growing up was Samoan. His name was Coco Samoa. A lot of people don't remember him. They know The Rock because everybody thinks The Rock is a black guy. But and they know Jimmy Snuka and all that kind of stuff. But
Jimmy Snuka used to live on my grandma's couch.
Are you serious?
Swear to God, really did.
What year was that?
This would have been before when I was young. I was probably a baby, so I would say 80s, sometime in the 80s. In fact, I could probably get my grandpa on your show one time to tell you about it.
I would love to know about that because he killed a woman.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, they tried to indict him in his 80s when he was dying. Mr. X, you remember that?
You talk about Snuka?
Jimmy Snuka, yeah, they did a whole documentary on that woman he killed.
Yeah, but there's no real proof that he did it, or there's some alleged stuff. I don't know about that.
But what
I would say innocent because he's super fly.
Yeah, that's right. Well, he could kill 50 women. Who gives a shit? But here's the deal. I just want to tell everybody that Gay Sloth has a cash app. It is $Yard76 Cash App is his cash app. So it's $YARD76. And I don't know if you people realize how much money that Sloth puts into this show, plus the fact that he has not eaten dinner in close to 2 weeks because he takes all the money that he gets and he donates it to little African-American children down the street so they can afford school books. So if anybody wants to help him out, it is $YARB, excuse me, not yard, YARB, YARB 76. And that stands for Yarborough. So I just want to let everybody know, show him some love. Make sure you give him some shekels. It's the first of the month, so a lot of you people now have it.
All right, guys, I'm heading out of there. I'll do what you want. We're going to run some music, and then I'll see you guys in a bit. You're going to see a new intro. There's 2 intros, by the way, one for Jim Terry TV 1 and one for Jim Terry TV 2. You guys have never seen any of this. See you real soon.
I have to go evacuate my colon.
Sounds like a good show.
Yes, sir. And I got another shout out. Another cash app came in. Let me see. $5 from Errol Pullen. Whatever his nickname is. Errol Pullen for $5. Thank you so much. All right, Mr. King OG, thank you for coming on. Next time now I have your email, so like if I want to send you a link, I'll just go ahead and send you the link, and that knows for you to come on up on the panel.
Come
okay,
up anytime you want me to, brother. I'll be here, man. I got
can
stories for days.
You can come. I'm thinking about tomorrow's Wednesday. I'm thinking I'm gonna do one on Thursday, and we can do Thursday. How about that?
Yeah, I'll be down. I'll be up here, man. I'll be here.
Melissa Moynes. No, I don't have PayPal. Nope, I don't have PayPal. Sorry. I only got Cash App. All right, thank you for coming, everybody. And we're going to go see Mr. X. And thank you again, Mr. King Simon. I appreciate you coming over here.
No problem, brother.
All right, you're out of here,
I'll
buddy.
see you over there later.
All right, see you later. Bye. Yeah, thank y'all for coming over here, guys. Proud Mimi, Blue Diamond, Snooks. Thank you, Melissa Moynes. Thank you for doing a hell of a job in the chat room tonight. You guys are my #1 fans. You guys rock. Until next time, this is Johnny, and I'm out of here. Good night.